Hello everyone, welcome to a very special episode of Transport Myths. In this episode, I will not be answering questions or proving and debunking myths. Instead, I'll be attempting a huge challenge called the No Bus No Fuss Challenge. A challenge where I must visit every MRT and LRT stations in Singapore within 12 hours or less, or just in a single day. In this challenge, I have to visit over 140 stations in Singapore only by train and without the use of other modes of transportation such as bus, walking and cycling. However, there are several rules I must follow as well. Rule number 1, I'm limited to a maximum of 3 visits per station. Rule number 2, during every first visit to every station, I must share at least one thing I like or dislike about the station. Rule 3, I must avoid overstay and the timer still counts during the tap out tap in process of evading overstay. Rule 4, I'm allowed to pause the timer during lunch breaks. These 4 rules are mandatory to follow and there are also some optional rules as well. Rule number 5, if I ever get caught up in unfortunate situations such as train breakdowns or going the wrong direction during the challenge, I can choose to pause the timer until the situation is resolved. And finally, rule number 6, at every interchange station, I must visit every line's platforms. Ever since this challenge was suggested back in June, I spent a few days trying to plan out the strategy, or in other words, the route patterns that I would take during the challenge. It was very complicated and I wasted about 5 MRT map pamphlets sketching out the route patterns. Moreover, this video will be a mix between real-time commentary and post-commentary, whereby you will hear me talking both during the recording of the challenge and as the narrator of the challenge. Alright, that's enough chit-chat, let's begin the challenge. So we are beginning this challenge from Tuas Link. So first, we will take the east-west line to Jurong East, where we'll take the north-south line. Alright, so we are on board the C651 train, and so I will say that the first thing I like about what I like about Tuas Link station is the fact that the concourse level is above the platform, which is quite a unique design. So the next station is Tuas West Road. So we approach Tuas West Road station, and I don't have much to say about this station other than I do like the color scheme, which is red, and red is a good color to me, I guess. And also red is the color of my avatar, but personally my favorite color is blue. Oh, and another thing I like about Tuas West Road station is that you get a good view of the Tuas Viaduct. Now we're leaving for Tuas Crescent. So we are here at Tuas Crescent station, and what I like about this station would be that the station is located in between the Tuas Viaduct, and the one thing announcement.
Thank you.
Okay, so what I don't like about this station is the yellow, because yellow is kind of my least favorite color. I'm sorry to those who like the color yellow, but that's my opinion. Next, Gul Circle. So this is Gul Circle station, and what I like about this station is that it is the tallest overground MRT station in Singapore, and it is equal to a 10-story HDB block. And what I also like about this station is the Tuas South extension tracks, which might not be used at all. Next station, Joo Koon. So here we are at Joo Koon MRT station, and what I like about this MRT station is that it connects you to FairPrice Hub, and this station also serves as a turnaround for like majority of the trains on the east-west line, so that the more important parts of the east-west line will be running at an appropriate frequency of 5 to 6 minutes during off-peak hours and 2 to 3 minutes during the peak hours. So our next stop is Pioneer. So we approached Pioneer MRT station, and what I like about this MRT station is that it is nearby various amenities such as Pioneer Mall and the Pioneer Polyclinic. And what I also like about this station is that it is one of my most regularly used MRT station. For this station, what I like about is that it brings you to Jurong Point, one of my favorite shopping malls in Singapore and on the west side. And what I also like about this station is Boon Lay Bus Interchange because it has like so many interesting bus services like the Jurong Industrial Services and Bus 242, 241, etc. Alright, next, Lakeside. So what I like about Lakeside Station is that it connects you to the Jurong Lake Garden, and some of my childhood friends live nearby this station. Yeah, nobody cares about your childhood friends. Alright, Chinese Garden next. So Chinese Garden Station, what I like about the station is that it has a good view of Japanese garden. So, yeah, that's it. And we're gonna alight at the next station, which is Jurong East, so that we can transfer to the North-South line. See you there. I am now transferring to the North-South line at Jurong East. Okay, so while we wait for the train to arrive, I will say what I like and don't like about Jurong East MRT station. So first of all, what I like about Jurong East MRT station is that the design of the station is very nice, and the Jurong East bus interchange has so many interesting services, and it connects you to like many shopping malls like Westgate and IMM, MGM, some of my favorite shopping malls in the west side. And what I don't like about this station is the peak hour crowd, which I had to suffer just now. Okay, so just now I was at platform D, but I had to go over to platform A because the train arrived there first. So I'll see you guys when we reach Bukit Batok. Okay, so we are taking this train towards UT, and then we're gonna turn around and then go back to Choa Chu Kang, where we'll take the Bukit Panjang LRT from there. I'll see you guys at Bukit Batok. Bukit Batok. So what I like about this station is West Mall and the fact that the south end of the station has like a wall where trains coming in and out would be like coming in and out when traveling to and from Jurong East. Oh, and what I also like about this station is that when traveling to and from Bukit Gombak, we have to go through like a tunnel which goes through a hill. So what I like about Bukit Gombak station is that this station would most likely be one of the stations that I'll be using most often when I have to travel to the driving center to get my driver's license. And what I also like about this station is the name Gombak. Sounds like a funny name, don't you guys think? And I know this is a little too premature, but I want to say something about how I feel about Brickland MRT station. Unfortunately, as of right now, I don't have anything nice to say about the station. And I would say that the one thing I don't like about this station is that it is too close to fucking Bukit Gombak MRT station. And I think that this upcoming station should be called Bukit Gombak, the second MRT station. And LTA, they were supposed to build the station right here, but unfortunately, because of the slope caused by the train having to go under Choa Chu Kang Avenue 1, it is just not possible.
Try
So for this station, what I like about this station is the Lot 1 Shoppers Mall, and what I also like about this station is that many of my childhood friends and some of my transport enthusiast friends live in this town. Yeah, that's very cute. And I'll see you guys at UT. So for this station, what I like about this station is UT Point Shopping Center, and the fact that this station connects to the Chua Chu Kang Stadium. So we're taking the train back to Chua Chu Kang. This is 633, 634. And we're gonna take the Bukit Panjang LRT from there. I'll see you there. So this is my second visit to Chua Chu Kang Station, and we are gonna take the Bukit Panjang LRT around the full loop and then to Bukit Panjang, and the train is here. Unfortunately for me, the second car is way too crowded, so we're riding in the first car. What the hell is going on there? Why the hell is that train stuck? Okay, the train is finally moving, but it's moving way too slowly. Is there a train congestion here? This is like the first time on the Bukit Panjang LRT. Come on, are we not gonna leave now? Because according to one of the passengers, this train hasn't been moving for more than 5 minutes. 6 excruciating minutes later. God damn it, finally, it's moving. Okay, so I'll see you guys at Southview. God. Oh my god, look at how many people there are at Southview. So anyways, what I like about Southview LRT station would be that one of my Chua Chu Kang childhood friends used to live nearby this station. Unfortunately, the train is too packed for more passengers to enter. Okay, so what I like about Keat Hong station would be that the nearby Keat Hong Mirage has a McDonald's, and one of my Chua Chu Kang childhood friends also live nearby this station. And I'll see you guys at Take Y. So what I like about this station is obviously the roller coaster track between this station and Phoenix Station. And what I also like about this station is that it connects you to the nearest, to the nearby IT College West. So this is Phoenix Station, and what I like about this station is that other than Chua Chu Kang and Bukit Panjang stations, Phoenix LRT station is one of my most regularly used stations. And one of my childhood friends also used to live nearby the station as well. So this train is Service B via Pattaya, and then what I like about Bukit Panjang station is Hillian Mall and Bukit Panjang ITH. That's all. Pattaya. So this is where things get complicated because I don't have much to say about the other stations along the loop sector of the Bukit Panjang LRT. So, but for Pattaya, I would say that one thing I like about this station is the fact that last time this was supposed to be a Downtown Line interchange station. Apparently, but I might be wrong. And then just now the announcement say this train goes to Bukit Panjang, which makes me kind of worried. Is the train gonna turn around back to Bukit Panjang? So for this station, Pending Station, what I like about this station is that it is a good transfer station for bus 184 to Ngee Ann Poly and bus 972M towards Orchard. And I'll see you guys at Bangkit. So what I like about Bangkit Station would be that little antenna thingy in between the tracks. And then what I also like about Bangkit is that between this station and Fajar, we get a bit of like a roller coaster, go like going downhill or going uphill kind of ride. And just like Pending, it also serves as a good transfer station to various bus services like 972 and the Bukit Panjang feeder services and 976 maybe. Okay, Fajar next. So what I like about this station is the design of the station. So you can see that the lift end of the station has one window on it because the lift is located in the center of the platform 2. So what I like about Surga station would be its nearby HDB blocks because of its beautiful colors. And another thing I like about Surga station is that I used to use the station to take BPS 1 during its last few weeks of operations. Next station, Jelapang. That's what I said. As for this station, Jelapang station, I would say one thing I like about the station would be the name of the station. I mean, doesn't it sound funny? Jelapang, Jelapang, Jelapang. Okay, for Senja station, what I like about the station would be the nearby Fish and Chicks fast food store, which is one of my favorite Western food store. And even though Ten Mile Junction is now closed, I will say that one thing I like about the station is that it is quite unique for an LRT station to be built within a shopping mall. And Junction 10 is a pretty cool shopping mall to me. And I'll see you guys at the downtown line platforms of Bukit Panjang. Okay, so this is my second visit to Bukit Panjang station, and we're gonna take the train to Stevens, where we're gonna transfer to the Thomson East Coast line. And I'll see you guys at Cashew. So Cashew station, what I like about the station would be the name of the station. End of story. Bruh. Bye. I'll see you at Hillville. Okay, so what I like about Hillville station is the nearby rail mall, and I can take a bus from this station to one of my childhood friends' house. But her home is nearest to Hume MRT station, which will open about 2 years time. And what I also like about Hume MRT station is that it is a one-syllable MRT station. So Beauty World MRT station, it is one of the 2 MRT stations nearest to my Polytechnic, Ngee Ann Polytechnic, and it also connects many shopping centers such as Beauty World Center and Bukit Timah Plaza. Next station, King Albert Park. Okay, for King Albert Park station, what I like about this station is King Albert Park Mall, and from this station you can take the Auto Ngee Ann Poly shuttle bus to the campus, but it's only for students, I believe, if I'm not wrong. Okay, 6th Avenue next, Ileo Town. So what I like about 6th Avenue station is that 6th Avenue station is named after the road that has buses running through it. And then what I don't like about this station is the DT7 it's the DT7 because it's called 6th Avenue station. Why can't it be DT6 station? So what I like about Tan Kah Kee station is the name of the station, and it connects to the National Junior College. Next station, Botanic Gardens interchange. Okay, so what I like about Botanic Gardens station is that on the downtown line it uses the Chinese, Malay and Tamil name, and then what I also like about this station is the Singapore Botanical Gardens. Alright, we're gonna alight at the next station, which is Stevens, and we're gonna take the Thomson East Coast line. Okay, so Stevens station, what I like about this station is that they managed to build the Thomson East Coast line platforms in between the downtown line tracks. So now I'm gonna take the Thomson East Coast line down to Gardens by the Bay, and because of the delay at the Bukit Panjang LRT, I might have to alight at either Shenton Way or Marina Bay Station so that I don't get overstay. Hey, the train came earlier than I expected. And I'll see you guys at Napier. Okay, so what I like about Napier Station is that it connects us to the Singapore Botanical Gardens, and then I also like the architectural design of the station. It's quite unique. Okay, so what I like about Orchard Boulevard Station is Tanglin Mall, and then at the station's concourse there's like the big foghorn thingy, which I don't know what it's called, but it looks like a foghorn. So let's move on to Orchard. Okay, so for Orchard Station, what I like about this station is that it has both the North-South line and Thomson East Coast line, and the Thomson East Coast line can be a good alternative to the North-South line. And the main thing I like about Orchard is shopping district. That's all. I'll see you guys at Great World. So Great World Station, what I like about this station is a Great World shopping mall, and what I don't like about this station is that not all the exits are open. More like Plague World, am I right? Okay, sorry, that was a bad joke. So Havelock Station, nothing much to say about this station other than I like the name of the station, and it is quite useful for the Bukit Ho Swee residents. Okay, on to Outram Park. So Hunan Yuan Station, what I like about this station is that all three of my favorite MRT lines are here at this station. So for Maxwell Station, what I like about this station is the Maxwell Food Center, of course. Alright, and then I'm gonna be alighting at Shenton Way, tap out and then tap back in so that I don't get overstayed. I'll see you there. Okay, so Shenton Way Station, what I like about this station is that it adds another MRT station to the CBD area. And I once had an incident where I almost fell down a long escalator from the concourse level to the lower platform. Okay, I've reboarded the train and now I'm going towards Gardens by the Bay, where I'm gonna U-turn back to Marina Bay and then transfer to the North-South line. So for this station, Marina Bay,
please mind the platform gap. Change at this station for the Circle Line or North-South Line.
So what I like about this station is that I frequently use this station to like joyride the City Direct services, and I also like the fact that it is a 3-line interchange station, just like Dhoby Ghaut and Outram Park Station. I'll see you guys at Gardens by the Bay. And even though Marina South is not open yet, I will say that like a few things that I don't like about this station. First of all, I don't like that this station is not open because this station could have been used for a transfer area for Bus 400 towards Marina South Pier, and then the name of the station feels cliche and it feels similar to Marina South Pier, which is gonna cause confusion for the commuters. I'll see you guys at Gardens by the Bay. Okay, so what I like about the station is that just like Botanic Gardens, Downtown Line, it uses the multi-language, their mother tongue names for the station. And I also like that it connects you directly to the south entrance of Gardens by the Bay. 天海灣花園浪漫的巴士線 Karayora Banto Tangka. I'll see you guys at Marina Bay. So this is my second visit to Marina Bay Station, and we're gonna transfer to the North-South line and then go down to Marina South Pier and then come back up here as our third visit and then transfer to the Circle line. So we are now taking the North-South line down to Marina South Pier, and wow, they gave me a C151C train. Okay, I'll see you guys at Marina South Pier. Okay, so what I like about Marina South Pier Station is that it connects you to Marina South Pier and the Marina Bay Cruise Center, and the name of the station is quite long-winded.
Station Marina Bay.
Now we're heading back to Marina Bay. So when we transfer to the Circle Line, we're gonna take the train to Bayfront, where we're gonna take the downtown line from there. See you there. So now we are on board the Circle Line and we're gonna head over to Bayfront, where we're gonna transfer to the downtown line and go to Expo.
Bayfront.
And we're gonna take the downtown line towards Expo. And what I like about Bayfront Station would be that it connects to Marina Bay Sands and the north entrance of Gardens by the Bay, hence complementing Gardens by the Bay MRT.
Bayfront.
We're now heading towards Expo. Next station, downtown, 市东区. For this station, I don't like how it's very crowded during the peak hours, and there are many things I like about the station, such as it connects to the Marina Bay Link Mall, and it provides a good walking distance to Raffles Place, Marina Bay, and Shenton Way MRT station. In fact, downtown serves as a middle brother to Marina Bay and Shenton Way stations. Next station, Teluk Air. For Teluk Air, I don't have much to say about what I like or don't like about the station, but I guess it is quite useful for providing a good walking distance to Raffles Place MRT, and it also connects some places in the CBD that other stations cannot, such as the Australian Embassy. Okay, so Chinatown or Newcastle Station, what I like about this station is Chinatown and the fact that they managed to squeeze the downtown line platform with the northeast line platforms. Alright, Fort Canning next. For this station, what I like about this station is it provides a good walking distance to Fort Canning Park and Clarke Quay MRT station. But what I don't like is that when traveling to and from Chinatown, the train has to like go through the tight turns and then make a lot of screeching noises. Okay, so Bencoolen station, it provides a good distance to Dhoby Ghaut and Bras Basah MRT station. That's one of the things I like about Bencoolen. Okay, so Jalan Basah station, one of the things I like about this station is that it provides a good walking distance to Rochor MRT station, and what I don't like about this station is that Jalan Basah station does not directly connect you to the Jalan Basah Stadium. Okay, so for this station, I have nothing much to say other than I guess it can provide an okay walking distance towards Lavender MRT, because as proven in one of my Transport Myths episode, it is possible to walk transfer between Bendemeer and Lavender within 15 minutes or less. Okay, next is Geylang Bahru. Okay, so Geylang Bahru, I also don't have much to say about this station, but I guess what I like about this station is that it complements Kallang MRT in serving the residents in Geylang. Alright, I'll see you guys at Mata. As for Mata Station, I like the name of the station, and I also like the fact that it connects the outskirts of the MacPherson estate, hence complementing MacPherson MRT station. Okay, I'll see you guys at MacPherson. For MacPherson station, I like the fact that this station has a side arrangement for the downtown line platforms and an island arrangement for the Circle Line platforms, and then the name of the station, even though it's a one-word name, it has two capital letters in it, which is quite unique. So what I like about Ubi Station is the name of the station. It has 3 letters and just 2 syllables. Pretty amazing. And there's 2 Chinese characters for this station. Okay, next, Kaki Bukit. The only thing I like about Kaki Bukit Station is the nearby Nasty Cookie Cafe, nothing else. Okay, on to Bedok North. For a Bedok North station, what I like about this station is that it's a good transfer station for bus 60 towards other parts of Bedok North and Bedok Reservoir. On to Bedok Reservoir. So what I like about this station is that Bedok Reservoir residents now have an MRT station close to them, which connects them to the city. Okay, on to Tampines West. For Tampines West Station, what I like about this station is that since Tampines is such a huge town, it is quite useful in connecting the west part of Tampines to the central area and to the city area. Okay, for this station, Tampines Station, what I like about this station is the Tampines bus interchange because it has the north wing and the south wing, and it also has some pretty interesting bus services. And I also like the fact that it has so many nearby shopping malls such as Tampines 1, Tampines Mall, and Century Square. As for Tampines East, it is also the same case with Tampines West. So what I like about this station is that it's useful in connecting the east part of Tampines town because, like I said, Tampines is quite a huge town. Okay, on to Upper Changi. As for Upper Changi Station, what I like about the station is that it provides direct access to the SUTD for the SUTD students. Alright, we'll be alighting at Expo where we will transfer to the Changi branch line, go up to Changi Airport. See you there. So we are now transferring to the Changi branch line or the East-West line at Expo, and what I like about Expo is that it connects to the Singapore Expo and it is nearby Changi Business Park Terminal, and I also like the UFO architecture design of the East-West line station structure. And another thing I like about Expo MRT station is Changi City Point. And then, in case you don't know what I meant by the UFO thingy, is right here above the lift lobby. Okay, so the next phase of the plan is to take the Changi branch line to Changi Airport, turn around back to Tanah Merah, where we'll take the East-West line up to Pasir Ris, turn around there, and then take the train all the way to Clementi, where we will turn around there once again and then come back to Buona Vista, where we will transfer to the Circle Line. So here we are at Changi Airport Station, and one thing I like about this station is the fact that this station has the world's best airport. And one thing I don't like about this station is that it does not connect you directly to Terminals 1 and 3. Ergo, you have to take the SkyTrain or the shuttle bus to those terminals. And Terminal 1 is the nearest terminal to Jewel Changi Airport, a very popular shopping mall in the east side. And we're gonna pass by Expo as our second visit. So I'll see you guys at Tanah Merah.
Tanah Merah.
Oh god, the train is over there. Okay, so what I like about Tanah Merah station is that I frequently use this station to transfer to the Changi branch line, that's all. And I'm gonna try to catch that C751B train. Thank god we catch it in time. Okay, this is 349350. Next station, Simei. For Simei station, what I like about this station is East Point Mall, and I frequently use this station to transfer to bus service 9 so that I can go Changi Beach and or Changi Air Freight Center.
Next station, Tampines.
So this will be our second visit to Tampines.
Pasir Ris.
So what I like about the station is White Sands, and the bus interchange looks very nice, and I can't wait for the ITH to open, and I wonder what's gonna happen with bus service 3 once the ITH opens. Okay, so this train is going to depart in a few minutes time, and then once it does, I'll alight at one of the East West Line stations so that I don't get overstayed. I mean, I could tap out right now and then tap right back in and then reboard this train again, but I might not have time. And then as we make our way towards the west side, we'll be passing through Tampines as our third visit and Simei and Tanah Merah as our second visit. And so I'll see you guys at Bedok. For Bedok station, what I like about the station is Bedok Mall and its ITH. And the ITH has so many bus services that are very interesting, like 401 towards East Coast Park. So at this station, I'm going to tap out and then tap back in. See you later. Okay, so we reboard the train, and much to my dismay, it's a C151A train, and the train set is 529530.
Doors are
So
closing.
I'll see you guys at Kembangan MRT. So what I like about Kembangan MRT station is that its MRT station bus stop is like a bus terminal for bus 42 and 135. And the braking system on this train still sucks ass. For Eunos station, what I like about this station is that the design of the station is similar to the Western East-West line stations and the Northern North-South line stations. In fact, it's the only Eastern East-West line station with this Malay kampong design. As for Paya Lebar station, what I like about this station is Paya Lebar quarters and other shopping malls around Paya Lebar MRT station, and also the Circle line as well. Okay, I'll see you at Aljunied.
Aljunied.
As for this station, the only thing I like about it is the nearest station to Sims Place bus terminal. Okay, for Kallang station, what I like about this station is Lorong 1 Geylang bus terminal, and it provides a good walking distance to the Singapore Indoor Stadium, and bus service 11 is not that useful because of its OTA and slight detours around Kallang Leisure Park. And one day I might do a Transport Myths episode where I see whether it is possible to transfer between Kallang MRT and Stadium MRT within 15 minutes or less. Okay, for Lavender MRT, what I like about this station is that it connects the ICA building, and it is also the nearest station to the Masterpiece Collectibles shop, where you can get the bus models and also the C151 train model as well. So this is Bugis station, and what I like about this station is not only we get to transfer to the downtown line, but also the shopping malls around Bugis MRT, such as Bugis Junction and Bugis Plus. So I'm moving to the last car because there's a fucking baby crying. So here we are at City Hall MRT, and what I like about this station is the cross interchange platform arrangement and Peninsula Plaza, also known as Little Myanmar, and I'm a Burmese, in case you guys don't know. So next station, Raffles Place.
The train service to Marina Bay and Marina South Pier.
So what I like about Raffles Place station
Raffles Place.
is that it is named after Sir Stamford Raffles,
Please mind the platform gap.
and just like City Hall, it also has the cross interchange platform arrangement, and also another thing I like about this station is that I frequently use this station whenever I finish recording the morning directions or like the city direct services for my Devo Labs or Hyperlapse videos. So what I like about Tanjong Pagar station is that It connects various areas in the CBD, and it is also nearby the bus stop where several of the peak hour express services start from. That's all. And then we're gonna pass by Outram Park Station as our second visit, so we'll skip right to Tiong Bahru. So Tiong Bahru MRT, what I like is Tiong Bahru Plaza and the bus services connecting Bukit Merah bus interchange. And in the future, there will be a Tiong Bahru ITH, which will most likely replace Bukit Merah
Doors are
interchange.
closing.
And I'll see you guys at Red Hill. So for Red Hill Station, what I like about this station is that the platforms, they are not even with each other. You can see the layout here, it's quite weird. I'm going back. So what I like about Queenstown Station, okay, so Queenstown Station is named after the Queen Elizabeth II, and I think that's it. Oh wait, I also use this station to take bus 195 towards the Alexandra IKEA. The only thing I like about Commonwealth MRT station is the name of the station and the fact that bus 61 serves this station twice in a single direction. Okay, I'll see you guys when we reach Buona Vista. Okay, so here we are at Buona Vista Station, and what I like about this station is Star Vista and the fact that I frequently use the station to transfer to the Circle Line. And this is my first visit to Buona Vista, and later on it'll be my second visit when we turn around at Clementi. So on to Dover. So here we are at Dover Station, and what I like about this station is, one, is architectural design, two, it connects Singapore Poly, which is not my polytechnic, and three, the name of the station is the capital of Delaware in the USA, but Dover Station is named after British historians, just like majority of our MRT stations in Singapore. So we're gonna move on to Clementi, where we're gonna U-turn back to Buona Vista. Okay, so here we are at Clementi MRT station, and we're gonna turn back to Buona Vista. And what I like about Clementi MRT is the Clementi Mall, and some of my friends live nearby this station, and right now I'm waiting for the train to arrive, and I'll see you guys when we reach Buona Vista and then transfer to the Circle Line. And at this point, I've cleared every East-West Line MRT stations. So when we reach Buona Vista, we will transfer to the Circle Line, travel up to Farrer Road, U-turn there, and then go down to Harbourfront, where we will transfer to the Northeast
Doors are
Line.
closing.
And then I'll explain the next phase from there later. So as we travel to Buona Vista, we'll be passing through Dover as our second visit. Okay, so we're gonna take the Circle Line train up to Farrer Road, turn there, and then head for Harbourfront, where we'll transfer to the Northeast Line. And so when we reach Harbourfront, we will take the Northeast Line up to Dhoby Ghaut, and then we'll take the North-South Line all the way up to Kranji, and then we'll U-turn there, head back to Woodlands, where we'll transfer to the Thomson East Coast Line. So what I like about Holland Village is that it, in my opinion, provides a good walking distance to Buona Vista bus terminal, and I also like the fact that the concourse level has a Pizza Hut, which I hate because, you know, I love pizza, I love food. So, okay, next stop, Farrer Road. So this is Farrer Road MRT station, and the only thing I like about it is, I guess, the name Farrer, because we already have Farrer Park MRT station on the Northeast Line. So anyways, we're gonna go towards Harbourfront, and we're gonna pass by Holland Village as our second visit, and Buona Vista as our third and final visit. So when the train comes, we'll skip right off to One North. Okay, so the train set is 850 and I'll see you guys at 1 North. So what I like about 1 North station is that the name of the station is all in lowercase, and the name of the station represents the fact that Singapore is located one degree north from the Earth's equator. Geography instincts. So this Kent Ridge station, and what I like about Kent Ridge station is NUS and NUH. That's all. Okay, on to Haw Par Villa. Okay, this station, Haw Par Villa, I don't have much to say about this station. Then maybe what I like about this station is the Haw Par Villa tourist attraction. Okay, on to Pasir Panjang or Pasir Panjang. So what I like about Pasir Panjang MRT station is hawker center, nothing else. Okay, on to Labrador Park. So for Labrador Park, what I like about this station is the Alexandra Retail Center, which I haven't visited yet. And that's it. I mean, I do remember using this station to take Parks 408 before it got withdrawn, but that's a long time ago, so back to the present. As for Telok Blangah station, the only thing I like about this station is that one of my best friends from the transport enthusiast community lives nearby the station. Nothing else. So next stop is Harbourfront, and we're gonna alight there to transfer to the Northeast line. Okay, so what I don't like about the station is the weekend crowd, and then what I like about the station is the Northeast line and Vivo City, Sentosa, blah 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 blah. Okay, let's transfer to the Northeast line.
East Coast Line.
And this will be the third and final visit to Trump. Okay, so what I like about Clarke Quay Station is that it connects you to the shopping mall called the Central, and it also provides a good walking distance to Fort Canning Park and Fort Canning MRT station. And the next stop is Dhoby Ghaut, and we're gonna alight there and transfer to the North-South line. So here we are at Dhoby Ghaut station, and what I like about this station, other than being a 3-line interchange station, is Plaza Singapura, and then one thing I don't like about this station is that it's so big that it's so confusing. So I'm gonna head over to the North-South line platforms post-haste. Well, fuck me, I missed the goddamn train. Unfortunately, I might have to alight at either Braddell or Toa Payoh station in order to prevent another overstay. And then when I ride the train again, I'll take it to Kranji, U-turn there, go to Woodlands, and then take the Thomson East Coast line up to Woodlands North, and then U-turn there, and then go down to Caldecott, and then I'll explain the rest later. Okay, so what I like about Somerset Station is Orchard Gateway and 313 Somerset. That's it. And then the next station is Orchard, which we have visited already, so we're gonna skip over to Newton. I swear, if they give me another C151A train after the tap out tap in, I'm not gonna be happy about it. So for Newton Station, what I like about this station is that it is a downtown line station. In fact, it is currently the only North-South line station that connects the downtown line, and also it has a hawker center. That's all. So next stop is Novena. Okay, so what I like about Novena Station is United Square, and sometimes I use this station to go St. Michael's bus terminal via Service 21, and one of my best friends from the transport enthusiast community also lives here. Okay, so what I like about Toa Payoh Station is its reputation as the oldest MRT station in Singapore, and what I don't like is definitely the Toa Payoh feeder services all deploying full single deckers because the tight turns around their routes just won't allow double decker buses. That's all. And then I'm gonna lie at Braddell so that I can perform the tap out tap in. So here we are at Braddell Station, and what I like about Braddell Station is that it connects the north part of Toa Payoh town to the center area and other parts of Singapore via the north-south line. Another thing I like about Braddell Station is that it provides a good walking distance towards Caldecott MRT station, and as proven in the first episode of Transport Myths, it is possible to walk transfer between this station and Caldecott station. Ah, perfecto. They gave me a C151C train. 707-708. Now I'm gonna board it. And I'll see you guys at Bishan. So this is Bishan station, and what I like about this station is that I frequently use this station to come to Bishan interchange, Bishan bus interchange and Junction 8, and I frequently take the Circle line to the station, and I also like the fact that this North-South line station is subsurface instead of underground or overground, hence making Bishan North-South line station the only station in Singapore that is subsurface. So what I like about Ang Mo Kio station is Ang Mo Kio Hub and its ITH with its interesting bus services like 138, 169, 166, etc, etc. And we're gonna move on to Yio Chu Kang. So this is Yio Chu Kang station, and what I like about this station is its bus interchange with bus service 825, which is quite a unique and interesting service. And then it is also the nearest station to Ang Mo Kio bus depot. And what I don't like about this station, however, is look at this ugly ass construction site. What? But anyways, we're gonna move on to Khatib, and speaking of Khatib, the traveling time between this station and Khatib is like 5 minutes long, but at least you can get a good view of Lentor Avenue and the vehicles running along it. So this is Khatib station, and one thing I like about this station would be the fact that the Yishun South residents now, the Yishun South residents have a nearby MRT station that will take them to the city or other parts of the north side of Singapore, like Woodlands. So next stop is Yishun. So what I like about this station is Yishun ITH and North Point City. It's quite a pretty cool shopping mall, and what I don't like about this station is that it is notoriously known as the most common place where accidents happen, and people would make jokes about Yishun being called Ohio of Singapore. Other jokes like Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Indianapolis, Indiana, and Yishun is the capital of Ohio. Oh, let's just move on. So we are at Canberra station, and what I like about this station is the design of the station. It kind of looks like Dover, but more modern looking. And what I also like is that Canberra Plaza is connected directly to the platform B of the station. So next one is Sembawang.
Doors are closing.
See you there. So this is Sembawang station, and what I like about this station is Sun Plaza and Sembawang bus interchange with its interesting services such as 859, 882, 883 and 90. Okay, on to Admiralty.
Admiralty.
So what I like about this station is Admiralty Place, which I've never been there before, and also Kampong Admiralty, and it also has the purpose of serving the Woodlands East by providing them direct access or easy access to the MRT network. So our next stop is Woodlands. Okay, so this is Woodlands Station, and what I like about this station is Causeway Point and Woodlands ITH and its temporary interchange with its interesting bus services, and the list is very long that I don't want to list them all down. So let's head to Marsiling. Shall we? So this station, Marsiling, what I like about this station is that it connects the west part of Woodlands town and is also the nearest station to the Woodlands checkpoint and then you can take bus 950 to Johor Bahru. So this is Kranji station, and what I like about this station is that I usually use this station to transfer to bus services 160, 170, 170X so that I can go towards Malaysia. And I also use this station to take 925 to go to the scrapyard. And then what I also like about this station is the race course, and that's pretty much it. And then we're gonna take the train back to Woodlands and then take the Thomson East Coast Line from there. Okay, so the train is coming in 3 minutes, and as we travel to Woodlands, we'll be passing by Marsiling as our second visit, and when we reach Woodlands, it'll be our second visit there. So I'll see you guys at the Thomson East Coast Line platform at Woodlands. Here I am at Woodlands Thomson East Coast Line platform, waiting for the train towards Woodlands North. So here we are at Woodlands North MRT station, and what I like about this station is that it will be connecting the future RTS link. It also connects the Republic Poly students as well, and it is also a good alternative boarding point for bus service 856 towards Woodlands checkpoint or the Senoko Industrial Estates. So we are gonna travel to a Caldecott, and then as we travel there, we'll be passing by Woodlands as our third and last visit. So I'll see you at Woodlands South. So what I like about Woodlands South station is that it connects the south part of Woodlands to Woodlands Regional Centre and to the MRT network. Okay, so what I like about Springleaf station is this prata shop, and it also serves as a transfer to bus 138 to Singapore Zoo and Seletar Reservoir. Okay, next stop is Lentor. So for Toggle station, nothing much I can say other than I hope the Toggle people will be happy with that station when it does get built. Lentor station, what I like about this station is that it can be quite useful in complementing Ang Mo Kio and Yio Chu Kang station in connecting the northwest part of Ang Mo Kio town to the city area. So our next stop is Mayflower. So this is Mayflower MRT station, and what I like about this station is that it connects the Ang Mo Kio West residents to the city area and to the MRT network, and I think that this station is the reason why 652 is facing low demand. So our next stop is Bright Hill. So Bright Hill station, what I don't like about this station is that this station should have been called Sin Ming. It would have been much better. And what I do appreciate about this station is that it will be a future Cross Island Line interchange station. Alright, next stop, Upper Thomson.
Please mind the platform gap.
So what I like about Upper Thomson is that the name of the station gives a sense of identity for the Thomson East Coast Line because of the name Thomson. And then this station has a shop where I got my ear piercings. So our next stop is Caldecott station, and we're gonna transfer to the Circle Line from there. See you there. So here we are at Caldecott station, and what I like about this station is that the Thomson East Coast Line connects the station, because like Caldecott is kind of like not so busy station, and Caldecott has become a bit more busy now that the Thomson East Coast Line is here. And for Mount Pleasant Station, even though it's not open yet, I would say that one thing I like about the station is the likelihood of being haunted because it's located near the Bukit Brown Cemetery. So, ooh. And what I like about Bukit Brown Station is the same as what I like about Mount Pleasant Station. So we're gonna transfer to the Circle Line now. Okay, another thing I like about Caldecott Station is that it provides a good walking distance to Braddell Station, and it also connects the west part of Toa Payoh town as well. So we're gonna take the Dhoby Ghaut direction train and we're gonna go to Bras Basah. Okay, so we will go to Bras Basah, U-turn there, and then come back to Promenade, where we will take the downtown line up to Little India, where we will transfer to the northeast line. And this is the moment where I fucked up and went the wrong direction towards Harbourfront. Luckily, I managed to pause the timer when I realized my mistake. And because of the mistake, I wasted about 10 minutes on my time. At that time, I was hungry and fatigued, and I didn't want to start the challenge all over again over that stupid mistake. So what I like about Marymount is that it connects the Shan Fu estate residents, giving them access to the MRT network. So next stop is Bishan, and it will be our second visit to Bishan, so let's skip to Lorong Chuan. So this Lorong Chuan station, and I guess the one thing I like about this station is Clean Tech Park, I guess. Anyways, Serangoon next. So what I like about Serangoon is that I use this station to transfer to the Northeast Line and to go next shopping mall at Serangoon ITH. So the next stop is Bartley. So here we are at Bartley Station, and the only thing I like about this station is the fact that I use the station to transfer to bus 129 so that I can go Tampines Town. Nothing else. So Tai Seng Station, what I like about this station is the name of the station. Sounds cool, and it is the nearest station to the Kim Chuan train depot, and it is also the nearest station to Tian Hao Tan's company, Titan Digital Media. Okay, so next stop is MacPherson and Paya Lebar, and those two stops, they are gonna be our second visits. So let's skip to Dakota. So Dakota MRT, what I like about this station would be the fact that this station used to be Paya Lebar Airport like many years ago. So our next stop is Mountbatten. So Mountbatten Station, I only use this station to like transfer to bus 401 to go East Coast Park. That's all. Next stop, Stadium, and I'm gonna alight there because thanks to my carelessness, I have to tap out and then tap in. But however, instead of like tapping out and then tapping right back in, I'll be having lunch at Singapore Indoor Stadium because I'm hungry as fuck and I'm still very angry with myself for what happened earlier. And during my lunch break, I will pause the timer because initially I planned not to have lunch during the challenge, but unfortunately my stomach cannot take it. So okay, so what I like about this station is this masterpiece of an artwork. And you forgot to mention Kallang Wave Mall and Singapore Indoor Stadium. Anyways, I'll be taking a lunch break at Kallang Wave Mall, so I'll be pausing the timer during that time. And also, you're using the wrong exit, you blockhead! Okay guys, I just finished my lunch and I think I feel much better now. So let's continue on our way to Nicoll Highway. So Nicoll Highway Station, what I don't like about this station is that the station is a little too far from the nearby amenities, but it's understandable due to the Nicoll Highway collapse years ago, And another thing I like is one of the amenities, which is the former Golden Mile complex. And our next stop is Promenade. For Promenade Station, I would say that it is pretty cool as it's a very deep station, and I frequently use the station to go to Marina Center Bus Terminal. Okay, so next stop is Esplanade. I'll see you there. So Esplanade Station, what I like about this station is that it provides a good walking distance to and from City Hall MRT, and it also connects Suntec City and the Convention Center. That's all. So our next stop is Bras Basah, and we're gonna turn around back to Promenade and then make it our second visits to Esplanade and Promenade, and then change to the downtown line. Okay, so here we are at Bras Basah station, and some of the things I like about this station is that it connects to SMU and the museum, and it also provides a good walking distance to Bencoolen MRT station. Okay, we're gonna head back to Promenade. Okay, so we're gonna take the downtown line to Little India, and while we travel to Little India, we're gonna pass by Bugis as our second visit. So I'll see you guys at Rochor. So what I like about Rochor Station is Sim Lim Square, and it provides a good walking distance to Bencoolen and Jalan Besar stations. Okay, so next stop is Little India, and we're gonna alight there to transfer to the Northeast line. See you there. So we're transferring to the Northeast line, and what I like about Little India is Little India and its Indian cuisine, and what I don't like is more of a Rochor Center problem, because like Rochor was built after Little India and both stations are kind of too close to each other. That's my problem. But anyways, let's board the train now. Okay, so the next phase is to take the Northeast line to Sengkang, and then we'll take the entire Sengkang LRT and then reboard the Northeast line, go to Punggol, and then take the entire Punggol LRT line, and then the challenge can be complete. So, okay, so what I like about Farrer Park MRT is City Square Mall, and I'm moving to the last car so that I don't have to crowd with the crowd. So what I like about Boon Keng Station is, well, I guess it provides a good walking distance to Bendemeer MRT, I guess. I don't have nothing much to say, and I'm gonna reboard the train. Okay, so we are at Potong Pasir Station, and what I like about the station is the name of the station because it ends with the word Pasir. Meanwhile, Pasir Ris and Pasir Panjang starts with the word Pasir. I guess that's what I like about Potong Pasir Station, right? Oh, and another thing, bus 142. Okay, that's it. Next, Woodleigh. Okay, so Woodleigh Station has the Woodleigh Mall and the upcoming Bidadari ITH, which I hope that it will open later this year. And I hope to visit Woodleigh Mall when Bidadari ITH opens. Okay, end of story. We have already visited Serangoon, so we're gonna skip right to Kovan. So what I like about Kovan Station is Kovan Hub and the former Hougang South bus interchange. It's quite lovely that LTA is willing to like preserve a historical monument, apart from removing the birth status. Kovan cleared, now on to Hougang. So what I like about Hougang Station is that the bus interchange at its MRT station is still called Hougang Central Interchange, despite the closure of Hougang South Interchange. And speaking of Hougang Central Interchange, it has so many interesting bus services like 27, 89, 89E, etc, etc. Alright, on to Bangkok. Okay, so what I like about Bangkok station is the Sengkang Grand Mall and the Bangkok ITH, which is opening later this year. And I'll see you guys when we reach Sengkang. So here we are at Sengkang, and what I like about the station is the existence of its LRT system and Compass One and Sengkang ITH with its interesting bus services. Alright, let's take the LRT. Okay, the West Loop via Cheng Lim is the first train service to arrive, while the train on the other side is not in service. Sometimes I keep forgetting that the trains run very slow when they have to cross over to another fucking track. So here we are at Cheng Lim station, and what I like about this station is that it provides direct access to Sengkang General Hospital, and it is located near to the crossover tracks to the Punggol LRT tracks. Okay, the only thing I like about Farmway station is that the HDB blocks and amenities around the station looks very beautiful and looks very marvelous. And what I don't like about this station is, where are the farms? Why is it called Farmway Station? Okay, next stop, Kupang. Alright, so this is Kupang Station, and what I like about the station is how punny the name is. Yeah, Kupang is outside the word coupon. And I have to admit that the HDB blocks nearby the station looks very marvelous, just like Farmway and other stations. So likewise with Kupang and Farmway station, the one thing I like about Thanggam station is that it has beautiful HDB blocks surrounding the station, and there's also like a link bridge that leads you to like the Jalan Kayu area, I believe, if I'm not wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. And also the name of the station sounds pretty cool, Thanggam. Okay, moving on to Fernvale. So what I like about Fernvale is Seletar Mall and the fact that Fernvale station is built in a side platform arrangement, unlike the other Punggol and Sengkang LRT stations. So we are approaching Laya, and just like Kupang, this station also has a punny name because the word Laya kind of sounds like the word liar. You motherfucking liar. Get it? Are you calling me a liar? So what I like about Tongkang station is obviously the nearby Sengkang depot, nothing else. And there's also a linkway to it, so cool, right? Okay, next stop is Renjong. I'll see you guys there. So we approach Renjong station, and first of all, I like the name of the station. It's pretty cool, and also there's a possibility that it might provide a good walking distance to Bangkok MRT station. Maybe for a future Transport Myths video, I'll prove or debunk whether it's possible to walk transfer between the station and Bangkok MRT within 15 minutes or less. But it might not be possible. Okay, so we're going back to Sengkang, and it'll be the second visit, and we're gonna transfer to the East Loop and then clear all the East Loop stations. Alright, we are now on board the East Loop train, and this train number is 03. Next stop, Compassville. Compassville station, what I like about this station is that this station is named after a road, and also the name of the station sounds pretty cool. So we're here at Rumbia, and what I like about Rumbia is Rivervale Mall, and the name of the station kind of sounds punny because the names kind of sound like a part of the lyrics to a song or something like that. Rumiana, 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 Rumiana. So the only thing I like about Bakau Station would be the name. Like if you take out the U from Bakau, you'll get the word Baka, which is the Japanese word for idiot. Pretty cool, am I right? I think out of all the Sengkang Punggol LRT stations, Bakau is definitely the most punniest LRT station. Okay, next stop, Kangkar. So here we are at Kangkar's LRT station, and what I like about this station is the name of the station. Sounds kinda funny sounding, to be honest. And over there you can see like a layover area for the trains, which kind of makes the station very unique. So our next stop is Rangoon, and then our third visit to Sengkang, where we're gonna transfer back to the Northeast Line and then clear the final Northeast Line station, which is Punggol, and then clear the Punggol LRT line, and then finish this challenge once and for all. Alright, final Sengkang LRT station to clear, Rangoon Station. So what I like about Rangoon Station would be its name, I guess. The name of the station sounds pretty cool. I have to admit that the Sengkang Punggol LRT stations, even the Bukit Panjang LRT stations, some of the stations have very cool names. I like the sound of that name. Alright guys, third and final visit to Sengkang Station. We will transfer back to the Northeast Line and go up to Punggol and then clear the entire Punggol LRT line. We are now heading towards Punggol, and we are taking train 7063 and 7064. I'll see you guys when we reach Punggol. Alright guys, last and final Northeast Line station to clear, and what I like about Punggol Station is that the name of the station sounds cool, especially the town's name. And what I like about the station is the Punggol bus interchange with its interesting bus services. Now we're gonna transfer to the Punggol LRT line. Alright guys, we are on board car 42 and we're on the East Loop via Cove. Okay, so for Cove Station, the only thing I like about this station is the fact that this station is a one-syllable name station, and in the future we will have Hume as another one-syllable station. So we are now approaching Meridian Station, and what I like about this station is that it has a few things in common with Kangkar Station. Number one, both are East Loop stations. Number two, both are second stations of the anti-clockwise direction. And number three, both have sidings for trains to lay over. So this is Crow Edge Station. What I like about this station is one, the existence of Punggol 21cc and Punggol Plaza, and two, the fact that this is my most frequent Punggol LRT station. So what I like about Riviera Station is that it will be the future Cross Island Line interchange station, and it might make the Punggol LRT a little useless for those who wants to go to the east side, to the furthest east side of Punggol, which is right here at Riviera. So what I like about Kadalo Station is the name of the station, and the fact that it used to be the only north side East Loop station that opened when the Punggol East Loop opened back in 2005. And Oasis Station opened about 1 year after that, and then Damai Station opened 5 years after Oasis, I believe. Okay, so Oasis Station, I would say that what I like is that the SingHealth polyclinics have many amenities such as the popular bookstore, and what I like about Oasis as well is 3x6 looping point at Edgeville Plains and Edgedale Plains. And I'll see you guys at Damai. So for Damai station, what I like about this station is that it opened on the same day as Woodleigh station. And what I like about this station as well is the fact that this is the last Punggol East Loop LRT station to open, and then after it opened, the entire line became unidirectional. Bidirectional. And then many years ago, I remember watching a very old video where we see the train goes from Punggol to Damai, and then we get to see like a good view of Samki and Teck Lee station, all covered in forest, because back then Punggol wasn't a very matured estate. And we are now heading back to Punggol as our second visit, and we're gonna end off this challenge with the West Loop, either via Samki or Sutek. Alright guys, we are on board car 14 and we are taking the West Loop via Sutek. Okay, so what I like about Sutek station is the fact that even before the Punggol West Loop opened, we had bus service 43 serving this station. So I don't have much to say about Sumang, just like the other Punggol West LRT station, well, most of it at least. Maybe I'll say that I like the HDB blocks surrounding the station. It's quite exquisite looking. So Nipong station, the first thing I like is how punny the name of the station is, and the second thing I like is the fact that you can alight here to transfer to LCS2 or bus 84 towards Punggol Point Park. So here we are at Samudera, and what I like about this station is the existence of North Shore Plaza 1 and 2. And my minor nitpick with this station is that before those HDB blocks existed, you had a view of the Seletar Reservoir area, or whatever it's called. Alright, next stop, Punggol Point. So what I like about Punggol Point station is that it is named after its geographic location, Punggol Point. And one thing I want to nitpick about the name of the station is that last time I thought that Punggol Point station means there's a Punggol Point shopping mall. I was such a stupid kid back then. And even though Teck Lee station is still not open yet, I will say a few things I like about Teck Lee. First of all, it is gonna be a good connection to the SID campus, and number two, it is a good alternative for Punggol Coast MRT station, which will open next year. Because like, when Punggol Coast MRT station gets crowded and people are heading towards Punggol Town Centre, they won't be able to get inside the MRT. And it looks like the SIT campus is close to finishing, and let's hope that Teck Lee opens before Punggol Coast station. And our next stop is our last and final stop, where we can finally end this long-winded challenge. Okay, we are approaching Samki station, and let me say a few things I like about Samki. So what I like about the station is that it connects you to the Punggol Safra and Punggol 1, and then the other thing I like about this station is the name, because the name of the station, the way the PA pronounces it, it sounds like funky, but there are some people who pronounce it as Samki. So please comment down below whether it's Samki or Samki or funky. Alright guys, we have completed this whole challenge in 9 hours and 42 minutes. But if we were to ignore the train stalling incident at Bukit Panjang LRT, that's minus about 5 minutes from the timer, hence making it 9 hours and 37 minutes. This challenge started around 7:48 AM and ended around 6:09 PM. So recording this challenge took about 10 hours and 21 minutes in total, including lunch breaks and several events that occurred during the challenge. But anyways, we have managed to prove that it is possible to visit every train stations in Singapore within 12 hours or less. In the future, it's possible that I might do this challenge again with the Jurong Region Line, Cross Island Line, and future extensions for the existing lines. But for now, let's conclude this video. As always, if you guys have any suggestions for future MITS episodes, please leave them in the comments below. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a like. Thank you for watching, and farewell.